Good day everyone. This will be the continuation of our video. In our last video we stopped at front end versus back end, their roles and tools. And as we all know that in this course we'll be dealing more with the front end aspects. And under our front end, as we all know that we said our front end, they are what? They are developers that deals with the visual part of the website, the parts the user interacts with. And we say that they have tools. And what are the tools they use? HTML, CSS and JavaScript. But for this class, we'll be starting with HTML and CSS. HTML and CSS. Now, let's move on. Introduction to HTML and CSS. HTML is called Hypertext Markup Language and CSS Cascading Style Sheets. These two tools are the building blocks of the web. What do you mean by the building blocks of the web? Okay, let's move on. HTML is used to create the structure and the content of the web page. HTML is used to create the content and the structure of the web page. With the help of HTML, that's when we're able to have text, things like text, images, navbar, which is called navigation bar, footer, and every other element on a website that we are seeing today. And while CSS is used to control the layout and visual styling, this is simply telling us that how beautiful your website looks like, how interactive your website looks like, what makes you to go to this website that this website is beautiful, I'm loving this website, it's very interactive. Is the work of what? CSS. CSS is used to control the layout and visual styling of a website. Now let's dive into HTML. HTML is a markup language that is used to create the structure and content of the web page. It consists of a series of elements which are represented by tags. These tags are used to wrap around content and apply meaning to them. What do they mean by this part? HTML consists of series of elements. All these elements are like, what do you mean by elements? For instance, we have our navigation bar, we have our footer, we have our content page, we have our body, we have a lot of elements which are represented by tags. And what are tags? Tags are any elements that are within an angular bracket. We'll be seeing an example when we start practicing. We have series of elements that makes up our web page, and these tags are used to wrap around content and apply meaning to them. Tags are used to wrap around our elements and apply meaning to them. For instance, we have p tags, which is called paragraph tags. We have nav tag, which is called navigation tag. We have header tags, we have HTML tags, and we have a lot of tags like that. When we start practicing using our Visual Studio Code, you will get to know them. And we have our CSS. CSS is a styling language that is used to control the layout and visual styling of a web page. CSS is a styling language that is used to control the layout and visual styling of a web page. What do we mean by styling language? It is used to do what? To beautify, to style every other tags or elements you are using within your HTML. That's why you're able to make use of websites because without styling a website, it won't even look attractive. Okay, let's take it this way. Let's look at our Facebook, the way our Facebook looks like, the old Facebook, and let's look at the new modern Facebook. Then you should know that they've done what? They've done a lot of stylings to make it what? To make it more attractive, to beautify it, so that people can do what? People can still make use of it. Okay, let me use this in our normal day-to-day activities. Let me explain our normal day-to-day activities. Let's say a house, or a house that they are just building. The house, the first thing they will do is what? They will lay a foundation. After laying the foundation, they will lay their blocks and do what? And demarcate. Either I want to make it 2 rooms and parlor, I want to make it single rooms. Then they start doing what? They start partitioning everything, abi. But after completing the block part, laying the blocks, cementing everything without using paint, without painting it yet, you'll be looking at it like, what kind of house is this? You'll be looking as if like, I can't live in this kind of house. But once the painter start doing their job and they start painting the building, it will look what? It will be very attractive, and the house will be what? It will be more beautiful. So that's just what HTML and CSS is doing. HTML is the part whereby you are laying your blocks. You are laying your blocks. You are partitioning everything you want to do with your blocks. Okay, I want to build a 2-bedroom flat. I want to build a single room. I want to build a duplex. I want to build 2-story building, 3-story building, and so on. That's what HTML. But the part that they start styling it, they start painting the house, start doing some kind of decorations to the house, that's what? CSS. CSS is the what? Decoration part of the what? Of the HTML. HTML are just those style tags you are seeing on the website, all those words, images, and every other thing you are seeing on the website without having it as a color. That's HTML. But a website you are seeing that is more attractive, that is having color, having a lot of decorations, that's what? The work of CSS. And again, you guys will be wondering, what is markup? What is markup? What is markup language? And what is markup? What is language rather? What is language looking for in this course? Language is as our normal activities. Let's say as normal human being. As our normal human being, we have different types of language. Likewise, the computer understands different types of language. It understands our normal machine language, our binary language, our normal English language. Any type of language, your computer will understand it, as far as you are using a modern computer. Okay, now let's say for instance, as a Nigerian, you understand English and you understand every language, or let's say the tribe you come from, you also understand their language. That's just what the computer tool is also doing. Computer understands series of language. That's why we are saying hypertext markup language. HTML is a language in a computer, while CSS is also a language. Yes. So let me explain markup language. A markup language is a system of notation used to format text, image, and other content in a way that can be understood by computers and other devices. Just like our HTML. Like I said, if you should start writing our HTML format now, and we should start writing in HTML, you'll be saying that okay, and you show that what you are writing, you show it to a normal person that is not in this field. The person will be looking at you like, what actually is this? What actually are you writing? But you as a developer already understand what you are writing. Yes, it's just like you watching all these American movies where hackers are trying to hack a website, they are trying to hack a particular company or an organization, and you start seeing some kind of CMD prompts and CMD commands. At times you'll be wondering that what is these people writing? But it's because you are not in that field that you don't understand what they are doing. But if you are in that field, you will surely understand what they are doing. So let's say now they said here a markup language is a system of notation used to format text. Yes, they are used to format text. Like I said, in our HTML we have series of tags and elements. Series of tags, be it p tag, which is our paragraph tag, heading tags from the highest heading tags to the lowest heading tag, which is from h1 to h6, and we have our image tags. All these tags are used to do what? Are used to format text and other content in a way that computer can understand what you are writing. So that computer can understand what you are writing. That's just what markup language is doing. And we have series of markup language. We have different types of markup language. We have HTML, we have HTML hypertext markup language, we have XML, we have extensible markup language, we have HTML standard generalized markup language, and we have latex, we have markdown. We have a lot of series, we have a lot of markup language depending on the one you are using. But the one we will be using here at SOAIR is what? HTML, to build our website. Likewise, our CSS is a styling language, and we have different types of styling language also. We have our CSS, we have our Bootstrap, although they are library under CSS. We have Tailwind CSS, we have a lot of CSS. Yes, they are called styling language. So now, this will be the end of our section 1.